I keep telling you folks, wake up. Everyone to their battle stations. Time for permanent Operation Sikadei Country on country guard duty, because the cash register is wide open, people, and it's a mad scramble of countless filthy, hairy paws and greasy palms, grabbing all they can get from the money we've pulled together through our sacrifices, blood, sweat and tears to build this country up, look after its weakest and most vulnerable, and secure its future. If you had any doubt about that, you will have seen for yourself the arrests of this past week of those who, when we saw a problem of disease causing asbestos roofing in many low-income and poor homes in the Free State, they saw an opportunity to work with their friends in government and the ANC to open the cash register and grab wads of cash for their nauseatingly opulent lifestyles. The KwaZulu-Natal Premier's office catering tender, COVID-19 personal protective equipment tenders, and even members of our intelligence structures charged as they are by our supreme law, the Constitution, to reflect the resolve of South Africans as individuals and as a nation to, among others, be free from fear and want and seek a better life. They have instead been undermining and subverting that very resolve by stealing hundreds of millions of rand from us. Prime example, the State Security Agency started a program called the Principal Agent Network, ostensibly to increase its covert intelligence gathering capacity. But in the end, it became a depraved orgy of looting, an employment agency for families of those who headed it up, and a rewarding piggy bank from which fat cat spies, their families and cronies could make off with anything between 600 million rand and 1 billion rand. And what's with the looters of these looters of the state and buying flashy cars? I mean, the SSA PAN project corruption, no less than 300 cars were purchased, many of them luxury sedans, sports cars and SUVs. Free State looters bought cars, VBS thieves, cars. And even this goon, the former apartheid special branch cop, who is now thankfully in prison, albeit for a different but no less than serious matter, also had a penchant for luxury cars, which he allegedly financed from, you guessed it, the Crime Intelligence Secret Service Fund. Seriously, someone needs to write a doctoral thesis on the psychology of looters and their fancy car fetishes. Anyway, the point is, there is, and there has been for some time now, an avalanche of evidence of fraud and corruption by members of the country's intelligence agencies. Take the State Security Agency's PAN program, for example. By 2011, those who initially investigated it thought they had enough evidence to institute prosecutions.
We approached the SIU and the NPA, and we sat and had a consultation over the information, the dossier that we had prepared. And they were happy to receive it, and we agreed that we were then handing over the investigation, and they were going to prepare for prosecution.
But as we all know, that went nowhere, as then Security Minister, State Security Minister Siyabonga Cwele allegedly snuffed out the investigation.
Yeah, no, we cannot continue with the project.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. And I said, but you need to tell me why we cannot. He said, no, it's the president's decision. President's decision.
You said it was the president's decision.
It's the president's decision.
That it should not be continued
that
with.
We stop, correct, Chair. I said, but why? He said the president thinks that this is going to compromise national security if we go ahead and prosecute. This is going to compromise national security.
National security. The perfect balaclava for those whose hands are stealing from the national till. Look, the point is, Richard Mdluli will be hauled from his jail cell in the coming weeks to be tried again over the looting of the crime intelligence slush fund. And for his part, Arthur Fraser is threatening to spill the beans when he appears before the Zondo Commission in the coming weeks.
When they talk about the PEN project, the chair will realize that the man who truly led that is Mr. Fraser, and because of the nature of what it is, the legitimacy of it and what it does to the intelligence service, is that he then has access to secrets that he otherwise shouldn't share, but he will.
To that I say, good for you, Arthur. Speak your truth. Tell it all. We are screwed as a nation anyway. How much worse can revealing a few dirty secrets make our situation? There's no honor among thieves. Speak, Arthur. But the Mdluli trial and Fraser's state capture testimony alone won't be nearly enough. So far, this is all we have gotten from the Minister of State Security and her team at the farm on the looting of SSA funds.
Let's look at what has happened, correct that. Where disciplinary action is supposed to be taken, that shall be done. Where investigations for further for prosecution or further investigations have to be done, that is what we're doing currently. And I have...
Is that what's happening?
I have as much said that to Parliament, that there are investigations underway.
Minister, if we need a pacifier, we'll buy one. Investigations are underway. We will leave no stone unturned. The politician's ever-dependable pacifier.